Okay, so I'm going to show the pathway of the blood through the heart. The blue represents deoxygenated blood, and the red represents oxygenated blood. So first you have here the inferior vena cava and the superior vena cava, which collects the blood from the body. So you have blood coming from the head and the legs all coming into the atrium. So you have deoxygenated blood coming in from the here and in here, because the cells and the tissues already used up the oxygen, so sending it back to the heart to get reoxygenated. So right now, the atrium has to be relaxed in order to fill, and while this one's relaxed, the ventricle is going to be contracted. So while this one's contracted, this one's going to be relaxed. Then it's going to start filling up with blood. Once it gets full, the pressure of the blood on the valve is going to open it, and the blood is going to move into the ventricle. Now it's important to note that whatever's happening on this side is being mirrored on this side. So both of these are filling and ejecting at the same time. So it's not just this side, then this side, but they're moving together. Okay, so like I said, this one fills up with blood. The pressure opens up the valve. The deoxygenated blood comes into the ventricle. And then same thing, the pressure of this one getting filled is going to open up this valve, which is, there's not really one there, but if you pretend that there's a valve here. This is the pulmonary semilunar valve. So all this deoxygenated blood is going to travel up here and go into the lungs, where it's going to receive oxygen and get oxygenated once again. So now I'm going to switch markers into the red so that we can show that the blood is oxygenated. So then after the blood gets oxygenated again, it's going to come into this side, and you can't really see, but there's like veins that come from this lung all the way over to this side as well. So the blood from this lung is also going to come into this one now. So the blood's coming into this atrium while this one is contracted and this one is relaxed. Then as this atrium gets filled with blood, the pressure of the weight of the blood is going to open up this valve. And this one, I didn't say this earlier, but this is the tricuspid valve, and this is the bicuspid valve, or also called the mitral valve, depending on your textbook. Now, a way to remember that is that when you go to the store, you try something on before you buy it. So try before buy, or tricuspid before bicuspid. So anyway, the blood forces this valve to open. It falls into the ventricle. So now this is relaxed as this is contracted, as it squeezes it all in there. As this one begins to fill with blood, then the pressure inside the ventricle is going to squeeze open the valve on the aortic semilunar valve, which is the artery that sends blood to the rest of the body. So it comes up the aorta and then off to the rest of the body or whatever. And then once the cells receive the blood and use it up, it's going to become deoxygenated and then go through the cycle again. The end.